Hello again, this is Brother Teacher. Someone asked me to touch on the subject of people that are stingy and miserly. I understand what it is to be a miser. It's a person who always holds on to money and wealth or valuables and they never want to let it go. They never want to share anything. They're very, some people might want to call it thrifty or even frugal. Uh, but that's a fine line between someone being stingy and frugal. When you're stingy, it means that you don't give anything, you don't share anything, and it really equates to oftentimes being selfish. And what I found out, and I can speak with authority on this particular subject because I have gone through it and I currently am going through it with someone close to me. They always want me to do something for them. They always want someone else to do something for them, but they will not reciprocate. They won't give back. Never. Now, let me tell you this, first of all, about the value of a person. I'm going to use me as an example, hypothetically speaking. Let's say I'm dealing with somebody like this, even though I really am, but still a hypothetical situation, if you will. But let's say I'm dealing with a person that's always asking me to do something for them. We might go out shopping and say, well, oh, would you buy me one of those? Oh, I don't have any money right now. Would you buy me this? And would you buy me that? So on and so forth. Okay, so yeah, I do it. But it then becomes a habit or routine with that individual. And then when I ask them to do something for me, not necessarily that I really need it, just testing them, so to speak. Can you give me Hershey candy bar? No, I was going to buy this. As if they don't have any money or have enough money. Okay, let it go. Or we go somewhere else and I know they have money and they're looking at me to buy or pay for a meal and hold on to their own money. That's called reciprocity. Reciprocity simply means that whatever I do for you, you should return the favor in kind. And it should not be something that we should hold over one another's head as if you owe me this or I owe you this or that. It should never be that way. When you have an open mind and when you truly are loving and caring, it is just something that you simply do out of courtesy and out of love and respect for the other person. It should never be like, well, I'm going to hold everything and keep everything to myself, but I want you to keep pouring into my bosom, but I'm not going to do it for you. That's a stingy person and that is a very selfish person. And nothing good comes of an individual like that. I'm going to tell you again, I'm going to say it again in the best way that I can put it. People that are stingy, people that are selfish, as I just described, they will never amount to very much in life at all. They will never ever have a very healthy relationship. If they get into a relationship with a partner, they won't, because they are always thinking about me, just me and not you. So that's my take on, or my explanation of how those people work. But here's the answer. If it's not a relative, someone close to you that's living in your home, I would treat them with a long handled spoon. I keep distance from those individuals. Because if they keep disturbing your peace and your world in which you live by their behavior, why are you still around them? It should be nothing inside you that make you want to stay around them, because that's something that's frowned upon, or should be by you. Now, if the situation involves a relative, someone close to you, and you're living in a home with that same person, just stop letting it get to you. Stop letting it get on your nerves. Stop letting it bother you. Now, if you have addressed the person in a very polite, very intellectual way, very loving way, and that person doesn't respond and you've done it more than once, keep it moving. Just do yourself, as they say. Do me. I'm going to do me, and I'm not going to do that. No animosity, no hostility should be involved. Just go on and do yourself, and eventually maybe that person will come around. So if you have not said something to that individual, then maybe you should. But let me tell you something. When you get past the age of 12, 15, 20, 30 years old, pretty much your attitude and your personality is already set. You're hardwired, and you usually will never ever change. When we're talking about young children under the age of 5, they're very formative still from a psychological and mental standpoint, and you can still train them and guide them in the proper way. But when you get too old, usually people are what they are already. I hope that this was beneficial to those that are going through this problem or this situation with people or friends or relatives that are stingy or selfish. Don't let it get to you again. You know, life is too short. Live your life. Be happy. You don't have to be angry with that person, and don't ever expect anything in return for your good deeds that you do for other people. This is Brother Teacher, and you know I love you. So long.